I'm Sara Van Acker, midwife and financial director at the San Francisco Birth Center. I initially studied abroad when I was in college and worked with a bunch of amazing midwives and knew that I wanted to do some kind of women's health, reproductive justice work as I was deciding what kind of career path I wanted to take. It was sort of a seed that was planted. And then I came home and I finished college and I went and did Health Corps, which is a branch of AmeriCorps where you're placed in community clinics. And I worked with nurse practitioners in a women's health clinic, and they introduced me to the fact that you can be a midwife and you can be a nurse and kind of what that marriage can look like. So that is what I decided to do. So then I went to UCSF, School of Midwifery, and did their 3-year sort of intensive master's program. And in that program, we're exclusively trained in the hospital. So all of our prenatal care, all of our intrapartum training, everything is in the hospital, which was amazing because we got to learn a lot of sort of higher risk applications of midwifery. However, I didn't actually see very many unmedicated births or very many labors that were sort of left to their own devices to kind of unfold as they would. So when I was done with school, I decided that I wanted to figure out a way to be able to have access to a little bit more exposure to that side of pregnancy and labor and birth. So I went and I did a fellowship in Southern Texas at Holy Family Birth Center. I got to see exclusively unmedicated births. So I kind of got hooked and never really wanted to go back into the hospital. So once I was done with that fellowship, which was about 6 months, I looked for jobs in birth centers, and I'm from the Bay Area, so really wanted to come back here. So I worked at a birth center which is about an hour north of here called Santa Rosa Birth Center. After I came home and I started that job, Nancy, who's the other founder of the birth center, sort of put out this mass email to the community saying, hey, I want to start this birth center, who's with me? Lots of people were interested. There hadn't been a birth center in San Francisco since about 2009. And eventually, as we started brainstorming and kind of getting more to the nuts and bolts of who was actually going to be involved in this and how much work it was actually going to take to sort of start this up, myself, Julie Birdsong, and Nancy were kind of the last women standing. So we worked on this project while we all had jobs in other places for a couple of years, and then we finally opened in May of 2016. So I have been working here since that time.